Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to BARCastTV. It's March 24th, 2025. That means we've got another 1v1 cast for y'all to observe. I'll introduce our players. Spawning in the bottom left side of Isidis Crack, playing as the red Cortex Commander, we have Bark Dog Bark, aka Eural. And his opponent, spawning in the top right, playing as the blue Armada Commander, of course, going arm bots. We have Contra. So I could shout out both these players. I really like Contra, and he seems to be back playing the game, improving. So one of my favorite arm bot enjoyers. You don't see many players like that. I'm thinking like Alt F4. And also Eural, who I can't really say I know as a 1v1 player. I would think of him more as like a big 8v8 guy, maybe small teams, but seems to be getting into the format. I want to say he's registered for the Alpha Cup, so cough, cough. That's the tournament we're running next month on the 12th. I'll put the registration link in the description below so you can check that out. Get registered. It's a great way to learn. Get some good feedback. Maybe submit some of your matches in the Bar Academy, and I'll review them for you. Now, let's take a look at this game. We got Contra opening up a few ticks. He's got it expanding con coming out to the plateau first. That's interesting. Also, the spawning position you don't really see too often. And then you're all here, maybe playing a little bit too passively, but he goes 2 grunts first and then just keeps him by the main. He's got his radar up already. And then finally, yeah, with 154, 155, the tech's just come in on radar range. So not the greediest open in the world. Honestly, I think you can just get the cons out and then have the grunts in position by the time the ticks want to be like by your main base or by your cons, but it can be really frustrating losing these units in the early game. Repair? Oh, okay. So this game was taken from the last balance patch. I know that the new one just dropped on the 23rd, but this game was taken from before that played. I'm just getting around to casting it now. So that being said, it's kind of an uphill battle for the ARM player. I guess they like challenges. Playing against a unit that, is more cost effective, has better range. Was that 230 range? Pretty nice. I think they lowered it by 20, right? And so now it's down to like 210. So some pretty cool balance changes that were made. Played a lot of games yesterday on them after they dropped. So game feels different, fresh. Same for 1v1s feel insane now. Like our bots versus our bots is just like the craziest thing in the world. Let's see. So you got a little pawn, some ticks escorting it across the map. Really nice to use these to have their line of sight so you can figure out where to go with your pawns. A high DPS unit. Same here on the left side. Nice little composition here. 1 pawn, 5 ticks. Is that what we have? Yeah, this is classic Contra Q, right? 1-1-1-5, right? As opposed to Alt F4 who do 1-5-1. So just some things you pick up on. Players like to do things a little differently. Looks like this first con turret's going to be finished up here. Not sure if I like this move here. Oh my goodness. That's a lot of wasted build power walking like this. Don't do it, Contra. Yeah, he's committed. And Eural's doing the same thing. So he's getting up that first con turret. Not too far behind. Actually already had his energy storage created. So a bit of a metal investment there. You can see the game's still relatively close. Although I want to say Contra is going to start shooting ahead here. He's got 1, 2, 3, 4 cons expanding. I only see 3 for 3. Just now we have 3 coming from Eural. A little bit of a scuffle here in the bottom right. So this is a bit of a longer game, so buckle up. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, leave a comment. Really appreciate y'all liking the channel, watching the vids, leaving me comments, let me know what to focus on and how to improve. So really appreciate that feedback. Goes a long way. So thank you. So you see a nice little pack of grunts moving across the map. Yeah, that little spotter here gave Contra the initiative here to move along the left side of the map, but of course there's an LLT already finished. It's a nice thing about having these 2 construction bot gangs that just get up these structures so quickly while expanding. This should be a radar, honestly. This is very safe. So pretty interesting style here from Eural. Very kind of buttoned up lockdown. I guess you kind of know who you're playing against in Contra, so you gotta be a little safer. He's really good at sneaking in ticks and finding value and damage. But this is a nice little run by. I don't see any units to stop this, right? So it's coming right towards the main base. No pawns in position, no LLTs. This could do a lot of damage, actually. Same thing on the left side, even. There's one LLT finish. Gotta keep track of both of these, right? But I mean, you get like a Centurion out or something? Hey, yeah, here we go. Not quite. Yeah, a lot of damage here. I guess he's gonna get, a lot of wins. It's gonna even up the score there. Tag those energy converters. Those go down straight away. And you still have this run by on the left side, top side rather. And he's still not done getting damage, right? Is this energy converter gonna go down? I could take out like all the wins with it. Oh my gosh, it's so hard to play. Oh, arm versus core. Okay, nice. Okay, cleans that up. There's still a single tick in the back line. This LLT is doing work. Repair. He's got 2 LLTs to fall back to. Okay, so I'm not too worried about that. So where is this game at after all that damage? 30 to 19, 260 to 218. Still have a lot of pressure coming out from Eural. He's got they're even on army value. Okay, so we'll have to see. This is where you just like start making some res bots. Yeah, some Lazarus. Try and get back in the game that way. Something I was just actually coached on recently is, and maybe can kind of forget about it, is the Lazarus resing don't cost metal. It's just energy. So it is very efficient to start picking up these wrecks. It's almost like, what, the wrecks are like 30%, 40%, something like that. You can correct me on that, but it's definitely very efficient metal-wise to just resurrect them instead of... Oh, that's a nice trade. You get on top of the grunts, right? Okay, so there's just one left. Take a sip of coffee. Excuse me. This I don't like. Is he from FAF? Huh. You don't see that too often. I don't really like this though. The 2 res bots in the back, or 2 cons in the back. You might as well make a construction turret and then like scale wins that way. But these could have very well just continued expanding up this left side, right? Sensing a transition here. It's like the army value is getting... Where are all his units? I mean, there's a couple of grunts here, a few grunts here, but those aren't going to get any damage. Single thug, right? Why is he making wind turbines like that? That is so weird. Usually I attribute that to players being from FAF, but I don't know if he's from FAF or not. I mean, it makes sense. Like all these players have been like, playing TA or FAF, Balance Annihilation, 0K, all these different iterations of TA. See, Contra's continuing to expand. He's got a lot of metal in the bank. Both players actually. You gotta spend your metal, Eural. There we go. Second Contra is finished. Vehicle Lab's coming up. Making some basic solars here to fix these wind issues. Good thing both players had an energy storage. I think Contra actually ran out of energy a little bit faster. Perhaps that's why it's from just like resing these structures and whatnot. Units, rather. All sneaky grave robber in here trying to grab this metal. It's going to get sniped by a res grunt. You don't see that every day. Now the res bot goes down. Okay, Contra. This is what I like to see. Just naked expanding. It's got this beautiful forward radar. I guess you had to, you got to fix your E somehow. You got this lonely solar sitting out here in a field. He's got thugs coming out from Eural. I guess he knows the commander's over here, so that perhaps that's just to push him off of that position. Contra doesn't want to continue moving forward, so he backs up. Here we go, a little counter damage, getting a construction bot. That's really nice. Slow down the expansions over here to the right side. Both players really neglecting these areas here. I mean, there's a lot of metal between these two parts of the crack, or crevasse rather. And lashers, right? This is really nice for pushing commanders off of positions. And can't say, you know, chasing down run-bys with thugs are the most efficient thing in the world, but I guess it ends up working out. It's like these pawns are going to get on top of the initial missile trucks. That's really good. Maybe he could have turned around and kind of grabbed those, even getting this, missing this con, right? But it wants to go for some damage. So a nice little counterpunch here from Contra. Getting on top of the energy, right? Equalizing that score. See the metal scores even evened up. Yeah, so that was nice. It's got 2 pawns here hidden. Does Eural know those are there? Yeah, he does. He sees the radar signatures. So Contra needs to find a transition of his own, right? I would imagine it's either vehicles or the Banshees. He seems to be favoring Banshees more recently. And this is a nice little push, right? Thugs and lashers go pretty well together. Really good at dealing with, you know, entrenched positions and commanders. Does he get this rip? Is it Teo? Sorry, this is like funny in and of itself, but then I realized what he's what he's doing. Can't escape it. Here we are. Okay, so the vehicle transition comes in. We're gonna have Blitz on repeat for now. They'd imagine eventually you transition into like Janus tank. And medium tank's out for Eural as well, so kind of skipping that incisor phase. Not sure if I agree with that. I mean, maybe it works out. I mean, there's still like this whole top side that could be incisored, right? Use that mobility. Got a little bit of a trade here on the top side. Medium tanks escorting grunts kind of synergize well. Just like medium tank or Stumpy pawn. It's a really good comp. They have the same movement speed, and of course the tanks, medium tanks, tank the damage. Pawns deal out the DPS. So it works out pretty well. Looking at Contra's main base, I mean, he's up on a lot on energy. Down on army value by quite a bit. So I'm wondering how he's actually going to get back into it. I guess like leveraging like the res bots here, taking a good trade. So this army gets cleaned up in the middle here. Got fights going on all over the place. Got a run by here on the left side, trying to find some damage. I think he actually will get through here. There's only a single LLT to stop him. But this army is looking pretty scary. There is a lot of LLTs though here in the back line, so we'll have to see. There's so many LLTs. What is this? 7. Yeah, so you're not pushing into that. You got to turn around. I mean, you can stay there and like pepper him down with the whistlers, but that's just going to give Contra the time to build up. And what you did is just donated all these wrecks here for these res bots to kind of get their value. Yeah, medium tanks coming out. Okay, so Contra moved into medium tank production. Like to see that. You kind of get into that as soon as you see your opponents. So although that's not always true, just another thing I kind of was coached on. And then Contra spotting the air lab out here. So really nice scouting job there. It's either going to be Shuris or a bombing run. Oh yeah, so yeah, he left a 1-1-5 on repeat. So. Is even reclaiming some of these bots. Yeah, you can get all of that metal back. It's not bad. I mean, he could send like what, you know, 2 cons here, 2 cons here, 2 cons that way, and just kind of make sure he splits this map in half. Really, 3 energy storage, 4 energy storage up. Love to see that. He's got A solars coming out, so really nice commitment to stabilizing his energy. And as we see, when dropping, Eural has an advantage, right? Scott almost has a full E-bar, what, 19k energy in storage. Contra only has 10k, so that could end up burning out pretty quickly, but see Wind's turning back on, right? So that means you can, you know, turn on this air lab. So we'll have to see this next iteration. It looks like Eural's just going for figs right now. Wants to stabilize. Make sure he can't be gunship to death. Sure, he's not going to get bombed. Nice job catching this Dragon's Maul, actually. Those are really hard to push into. And all these res bots getting so much value. Res the Exploiter, do it. So good. Yeah, very nice. How do you like free exploiters, right? Just cost energy. Boom. Another big push coming out of Eural. He's got a Pounder mixed into the army comp. Love to see that. These units are so strong. And classic solar wall protecting LLTs. And he's got his commander cloaked in the back line. This is like big brain 200 IQ move here. I mean, the worst thing in the world is 15 minutes into the game, your commander just gets sniped because he's sitting out in the open. It's so easy to happen too at this stage in the game. I gotta give Contra the advantage. I mean, it shows the army value is like fairly even, but I mean, he still has, what is this, 18 Res bots out. So, you know, all these trades can just be, you know, cleaned up, dealt with. Yeah, you might lose a mech here or there, but the value is the Rex left on your opponent's side of the map, and he can just, you know, easily res all these units back up. Look, thugs fighting the thugs. Okay, unless a single tank stock, you know, gets through, that's how you take infinite damage. Oh. Okay, the LLT will clean that up, right? This is crazy. Resed blitzes here. I guess Eural's got his own res bots out. Yeah, we see some here. Even has this army to deny, you know, this little pile of Rex here. It's like we got a little bit of value here. Okay, LLT goes down and single max, right? But the thugs are gonna go down, and Contra's commander is still in the front. This is like classic Contra. Just trying to get up his anti-air on this right side. This game slows down on, not quite. See, you're all going into T2. He's reclaiming his bot lab. Not sure if I like the thugs into this unit composition while you're trying to transition, right? Could just pause the lab for a minute while you get that up, if you want to keep access to having like the bot lab to make res bots. But I kind of like it. We're just reclaiming it. You can always make it again, the bot lab again. You have so much build power in your main base at the later parts in the game. Big push on both sides. What is this? Push on the left side from Contra. Eural's got tons of units in mid. Pushing into these LLTs. How are you gonna stop this somehow? He's got medium tanks and pawns coming up, but you know, these thugs can do a lot of damage to those LLTs. Too bad they're in the back line. And I think this is going to get cleaned up, actually. So, bit of a blunder here from Eural, kind of making an attack with no way to, like, re-secure it. I mean, maybe if, like, the commander was here to put up LLTs. But, yeah, Contra deflected that pretty well. And he's actually punching back on the left side, so Dragon's Maws go down. All those solars go down. This is a nice little cleanup there. One thing to know I'm seeing is Contra isn't taking this like top mid side. I guess he's got it queued up though, so that will eventually get taken up. But here's the real story: is this enormous res field here, 2K metal. Eural's forced to pull back his grave robbers here. These pounders are doing work right now. They are going to get surrounded and I guess eventually taken down. Yeah, but this res field's going to Contra. Yep, 1-3 on repeat. But T2 is out for Eural. So did he make the T2 cons or did he just go right into Tigers? Okay, I see one. Just the one con. Very defensive style here. Oh! He's barely holding on. I guess kind of Contra, you know, went like full send with his units. Maybe he heard the T2 unit detected. So he's trying to get that value. 2 tanks on the left side, not going to get damage done. This could end up clearing out all of this here, right? And still more units streaming across the map. Contra desperately trying to res this huge field right here. Another like 2,000 metal, 3,000 metal there. Just wrecks all over the place. This is what you wanted. The tanks turn around. This is even finished. Oh my goodness. Oh, he's got a couple of thugs to kind of assist this, right? So, oh my gosh. Here, a banisher shot going. This twin guard's going to get taken out as soon as it finishes. That's a little unfortunate. Single banisher, which was recently patched, so we should end up seeing a lot more of this in team games and 1v1s. This is unfortunate. You got to scramble to get some Shuris out. Yeah, we see that happening right now. I want to give the advantage to Contra despite the T2 here from Eural, which you see Contra's made his own tier 2 lab, maybe mistakenly made a second vehicle lab. Stalling on metal right now. Does he have a T2 con finished? Don't see one. But this banisher's going to go down. That is 1,000 metal. Didn't really pay for itself. Just had 3 kills. So certainly not as valuable as you'd want it to be. You have another T2 con? Yeah, so Ural's up to 2. He's got 4 T2 mexes finished. See one from Contra yet? Not quite. Gotta get on these reclaim fields. There's so many wrecks right here. I think he's kind of squandering the advantage he had. This T2 already could end up going down. I think it will. You gotta target that. Another push on the bottom side here. Yeah, this already is gonna go down. Can't really defend themselves. Oh, nice play. See the Jaguars coming out here, Contra. He's just going crazy with this production right here. Not sure why he's on 2 vehicle labs. That has to be a bit of a mistake. And reclaimed his air lab here, so definitely leaving a window open here to get bombed or having like Shuris, you know, abuse him. We'll have to see. Contra's rotating around. I'd rather see him like contest one of these reclaim fields. There's 2 huge reclaim fields. Both about the same metal cost here, and Ural's got control of both of them, right? Maybe reclaim one, res the other, but yeah, he's rotating around. This is a nice catch. I mean, if you can get on top of the Tigers with the T1 tanks, you can end up taking them out. It's just so you have to abuse their range advantage. What, 410 range to 350? So that's what you have to abuse. Finally, we see the res bots on top of the reclaim field. This run by here on the left side should end up getting deflected. Just running the Jag straight into medium tanks. That's not what you want. Ends up breaking through. Does this banisher go down? It ate 1 Jag shot. Really have to babysit those units. See, another another twin guard gets taken out. Oh, so close. Okay. Somehow there's a warden being made over here. Okay. He's too good. T2 Max goes down. Really nice. These LLTs are gonna go down, I'm sure. See that reclaim field in the middle is just being gobbled up by the res bots. Okay. Do we have a T2 con out for Contra yet? Yeah, I see 1. Okay. He's way behind on T2. Like, look at this metal difference actually now. Actually, not as big as I would have thought. Is he resing or reclaiming? No. We have a Czar out here, so this should shut down a lot of the T1 play from Contra. If he only knew these was getting rezzed right here. Oh, a little bit worried for this. We'll have to see. And this Banisher was rezzed, right? So there should be 2 Banishers in this army, unless it went down and then was rezzed again. But these Jaguars should run down all these T1 units, actually. So really nice pickup there. He needs to rotate his Grave Robbers over to that side. See this T2, T1 army? Got Ticks and Tigers, right? Just classic bar. Shaving off a lot of this metal. This looks really Eural favored right now. He's even getting his fusion up. So much so much action here in mid. Both players just can't even secure what would be like their half of the map. Yeah. This army ends up going down. Here's that Banisher rack ready to be rezzed. See the res bots over there doing their thing on that 4K reclaim pile. See Contra still on the 2 vehicle labs, just making... Okay, so he's on Bulls and Jaguars now. Trying to get up this fusion here. Stalling on metal, right? But I guess he's ahead somehow. Is he just reclaiming this? No, he's rezzing it. Alright, I like that. He's got the energy to do it. Meanwhile, you're all stalling on energy for now, despite having, what, the 4 energy converters? We see Winds. Yeah, Wind died there for a moment, so... Yeah, how did Contra... Oh, I guess he has, like, just an excessive amount of wins. Look at all these wins. Okay. So a bit maybe premature. Once this comes up, though, he's going to be in a really good spot. Oh, this is a blunder. Oh, you can't do this, man. You can't make a second fusion when this one's like 90% and you're stalling almost 1,000 energy per second. What is this? Where's that Tsar at? Did he rotate it all the way around? That is crazy. There's a nice push. I like this Jaguar medium tank composition. It's like that, like a stumpy pawn, right? The Jags deal a lot of damage, but too bad they seem to be moving like a little faster, right? What is that? 90 speed to 76. Yeah, so they end up getting in front of the tanks, which is not what you want to have happen. But this is a nice little run by here. I mean, Beamer's not going to stop that. Oh, he's got an arm con. Jeez Louise. Alright, so there's 2 Zars out now. And how do you stop this? Oh my gosh, back up the Banisher. You just have to babysit these units so hard. They just die so quickly. We'll get another shot off. Oof, guns up going down. We'll have to see if this Zar gets taken out. I mean, it's got the flanking damage going on. Ends up going down, so nice pick off there. I'm really not sure who wins this. Contra's got a huge eco lead, just like energy lead, despite, you know, this fusion just starting, finishing, a second fusion halfway done. Make T2 mexes. Just neither player really committing to making these T2 mexes. I guess you're all way ahead on that regard, yeah. But somehow Contra has more energy per se. I guess it's the energy converters. What is that? 38? Okay, that'll do it. Oh my goodness. It's like he reclaimed one of the vehicle labs in favor of a 3rd bot lab. I really like the spam style. Oh, he just got ticks? Okay, yeah, that's a good way to deal with high-tech units. Okay. I guess you can just make a bunch of twin guards. That's one way to stop run buys. You even have, okay, arm bot lab for a Cortex player. He just got one las, 5 ticks on repeat. God, Banishers are so good. This Dragon Small is doing work. 13 kills. Tsar got rezzed. Alright. That's really strong. It's going to do work with these ticks, keeping that in the right position here. I feel like Contra ends up winning this, right? Seems like he's like... I mean, army value's in favor of Eural right now, but... We'll have to see. It's pretty close. Oh my gosh, the Banisher, man. Gotta babysit those units. Same with the Czar's gonna go down too. You gotta turn it around. T2 army going up against bulls. Bulls feel better than tigers, like one-on-one, right? But nothing's really ever a vacuum. Man, these jaguars are doing so much damage. We kind of transitioned out of the 2 players. No, it's still on the 3 bot labs. He's got his own fusion up. Really nice. No player really committing to air, and then looks like you're all stopped on 2 fusions, right? So no energy scaling continuing out of him. He's just trying to upgrade his mexes. Only on 3 cons. One of them feels like it's about to go down, but just barely not. Pretty close here. Red spots on the right side doing their thing. Just push on the left side. Getting shut down by the Tsar. It's really anyone's game at this point. Huge run by here on the right side. Got lightning tanks with stumpies, with tigers. Pretty much every unit in this T2 army composition here, arm included. Metal value or metal income, what is this? It's hard to tell what the reclaim going on. Looks like it's about, yeah, quite an advantage here for Eural. It's up to 21 T2 mexes compared to 13 for our man Contra. Let's push here in mid, doing some work. Tigers or excuse me, bulls are really strong against every T1 unit pretty much. Oh, red spots going down. Contra managed to secure this top mid here, and this push in mid looks like it's doing a lot of work here. It's got a lot of momentum. Kind of these units trickling in, but the Tsar in the back might end up shutting this down. Yeah, instantly turns around here. Gonna force the res bots away from this reclaim field here from Eural. But reinforcements trickling in. Yeah, 3 bot labs still. 1 vehicle lab. 1 T2 lab producing units. Another fusion queued up. Interesting build queue here. 2 salamanders even. I haven't seen any of those out, actually. But those are very good at clearing T1 units. Do those cost the same as in the amphib lab? Yeah, 7,000 energy. I know they nerfed that unit quite a bit ago due to its pervasive use in the meta. This Tsar gets taken out, right? 3 bulls, two stouts, and a pawn. Yeah, it's gonna take this Tsar out pretty much immediately. Doesn't get its value. And it looks like the army value is kind of getting cleared out for Eural. I mean, he's like, yeah, slowly losing this advantage here. And what do we have? Yeah, T3 transition coming from Contra. See T3 transition queued up here for Eural. He's just adding on a bit more build power. Even has his Nemesis up. That's really strong. Want to prevent that anti-nuke from getting spy botted, you know? Can happen. I've seen it happen. I've had it happen to me. I think that was that Blacka did that to me? I'm trying to think back. You're gonna have this 4 vehicle lab getting put up. Okay. This is still a pretty dicey spot for your commander to be in up here in top mid. Unlike our man Eural has been parked back here, safe and sound, buttoned up. These units look like they're gonna get surrounded and taken out. Tsar's on half HP. Just got a couple of low health tigers escorting it. Those are gonna get quickly rezzed. See the classic Banisher Tsar combo here, pressuring and mid. Nothing like that. Ticks behind the Tsar. Don't see that every day. But their Marauders are out. Okay. They could end up clearing up this T1 army. See, 1 shot comes out from the Tsar. These units are so fast. Bunch of spam coming in behind. Pawns Takes medium tanks. It's gonna push this army back, and look at this reclaim field. 7,000 metal sitting right here. Little T2 point defense coming up in mid. Is this gonna go up in time? I mean, I'm a little scared for Contra, not gonna lie. He's got this great push in mid, but just south of this. But yeah, okay. T2 point defense comes up. This Marauder army is trying to break through. Still some uncapped T2 mexes here. This could end up going down to all these twin guards, right? They're very strong, frankly. Unless you run over this hill. Can always abuse the terrain. See Contra's cloaking, backing up here. There's not a lot of static defense to stop this, really. Desperately trying to get up some PD here. This bull and a couple of stouts could end up going down. We'll have this fight in mid. Resbots in the back doing work. Like I said, these Marauders are going to get cleaned up to the twin guard. Yeah, one goes down. And another one goes down. Yeah, so nice little clean up there. Single bulls pulling away all of the resbots. Same for this tiger. Really not enough resbot power here on this reclaim field. Looks like that push in top mid was kind of pushed away. This commander is safe for now, despite being in this really vulnerable position. And yeah, here we go. Shiva's coming out with Karganos. Not sure if I agree with that. These units are really expensive compared to the Shivas, right? What is that? Almost double the energy cost. 1,000 more metal for a unit that has like less DPS, right? 600 range, 600 DPS compared to the Shiva's 650. Okay, a little less DPS, but another big swarm here, overwhelming the Zars and the T2 Arty. Push is looking a little scary. I've never even seen this unit fire the advanced exploiter. Sitting on top of a T2 max, right? But you got the T3 out, and it's definitely superior for core in this position, right? It's like these Marauders are trying to rotate around. They're going to meet a bunch of Twin Guards here with Dragon's Maws and Exploiters. Somehow a bunch of Pounders got sent up here. I guess this was cleared out from that earlier little Tsar Tiger push. But yeah, no commitment to spam. I think you really got to, like, once you have the T3 up for core, you got to reclaim that T2 vehicle lab. Just get a couple of bot labs, maybe 2 or 3 bot labs, spamming grunts out. But look at this income advantage, right? You can see now it's starting to really get out of hand. Wind's dying, so wind's very low compared to its top wind speed. 3 fusions doing work right now. And the Marauders break through this many Twin Guards. We'll see. One goes down pretty quickly. There's still a few in the back. Excuse me. Couldn't beat it in time. See a couple of Shivas here. Really not being escorted by any units though. I mean, they're a couple Pounders behind. They can retreat too. So one thing you got to watch out for is just the friendly fire. Units getting slapped around. One of the Pounders doing a lot of work here, protecting these Shivas, but you can't let them take damage from T1 units. I mean, they're faster, they're more microable, they do more damage. There's really no reason to take damage from T1 units. I think this one Shiva might end up going down actually. Let's take some friendly fire. Nope. See another big run by attempt here. Tons of pawn and medium tanks escorted by these Marauders. So this one couldn't end up breaking through. And suddenly I'm a little worried here. I mean, Eural's got these 2 great pushes right here and here, but he's desperately scrambling to get some units in position here. A couple of T2 point defense are going to do a lot of work here. A single Ashuri just gets blasted out of the skies. I really don't think there's enough. Okay, the Marauder might end up going down. Like the backbone of this push. All right, that gets cleaned pretty handily. Just forward and mid here with that EMP missile. think this is the beginning of the end. It's pretty close. Got Shiva's in the back line here. Bombers coming in. Laying waste to these wind turbines. Not that that really matters. Shiva's over here just kind of chipping away. Even have a catapult here. I love this unit. The store is getting pulled into the backline here. That's not what you really want. See a strategic bomber. Perhaps that could have been what is it? The stiletto. The EMP bomber to try and stop these units from getting in the backline. This could be it here. The units getting on top of the economy and production here for Contra. She was in the back line. Finally, some of these energy converters are exposed. Yeah, a big patch of them goes down. Also can use abductors to EMP. See the lot in team games. Okay, the store takes out the Shivas on the left side. Where is the commander at for Contra? There he is. Get some D-guns off. Marauders doing what they can to clean up, but there's so much pressure right now on Contra's main base. Even this catapult getting some shots off. Take a zoom out here and just see the units streaming across the map. Really no standing army here for Contra to kind of intercept these units as they make their way onto his side of the map. Just get right on top of the production, like res Marauders. Getting on top of the con turrets. You're gonna get arrested though. Ooh, so close. Not quite. 19 kill Marauder. And I think this is about to be it. Just too much pressure right now from Contra. He's losing his eco. Losing his metal income. And that could very well be game. Just kind of waiting on him to tap out. Continues to lose economy, energy converters. Yeah, there we go. Contra taps out. GG. Well played. Really nice job, Eural. That was a class act right there. Really well done. So I just want to say thanks for submitting that. You can always submit a replay to me if you think it's a good one. I'll end up casting it. But appreciate that. So if you made it this far, thanks for watching. Hit the like button, subscribe, leave a comment, let me know what you think. I'll see you guys in the next cast. Cheers.